Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you again for joining me. I hope everybody had a great weekend. And today's video is going to be on the new Makeup Forever Starlit Glitter palette. I saw this and of course I had to pick it up because I love glitter. I love the packaging. I love anything that sparkles. This is what the actually palette looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. It has a really nice weight. It has glitter all the way around it. Normally I'm not into showing like the packaging, but I kind of fell in love with this one. It's just a really pretty palette. You open it up, you get a nice pan-sized mirror, and you get 6 dual chrome colors. Look at those. And it's just a really cool little palette. Now this claims, I'm gonna put my glasses on, where are they? Okay, so this claims that it is easy to apply. Let me read. I'm normally not into reading, but we're gonna change that a little bit. Okay, so what it does, makes your eyes pop with the next generation of glitter. As the newest innovation in the iconic Starlit family, these glitters catch the light for an intense sparkling, where was I? Oh, an effect unlike any other. It's time to bid adieu to the days of messy application. These smooth, creamy Ulta glitter eyeshadows easily applied with your finger or a brush with intense color payoff. These dual chrome shades may be worn alone for singular impact or layered in endless ways to create multiple looks in just one palette. That's what it says. Now, I have been playing with these for a few days. As you know, I always play with them. I never do first impressions because I don't really believe in first impressions. No offense to anybody, but I gotta tell you how these things work. All right, so, and you know, normally I like to just keep it in one little palette so that you could see what it does. So why don't we go ahead and kind of play with these, and I'll tell you a little bit about it while I'm applying it. All right, so the first one we're gonna start off with, I can't see, is Spark, which is this one right here. Actually, no. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them a little bit so I could tell you about the swatches. I'm all over the board today. It's Monday and I already had a long ass weekend and a long ass day. And I'm cussing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put these glasses on with Reflection, which is this color right here. My palette did arrive broken, or some of the shadows are a little bit on the loosey-goosey side, so you know, that's, so I'm not gonna really go into showing you the whole palette. All right, so this is Reflection. Now, it says highly pigmented. I don't feel like they're crazy pigmented in my opinion. This one's pretty. These are not my favorites. You know, I don't like anything kind of holographic-y, but you know, it's still pretty for those of you that do like that. Okay, the next one is Prizm, which is this purpley color right there. And they really have fine little bitty little sparkles, as you could see them. They're really pretty. All right, Spark is the next one. See, so it claims to be highly pigmented, but I don't really find that they are. All right, so the next one is Flame. That's what it swatches like. Now, some of these are, just a few, like this one's really pigmented. Okay, the next one is Flicker. And then the last one is Beam, and that is like the purpley color. So that is what they look like. Some of these, I really had to dig my finger in there to kind of get color. So, I mean, I could be wrong. I just don't feel like they're like crazy pigmented. Like this is Prizm again, and this is what it swatches like again. I mean, it is pretty, but you know, I don't know. I really had to dig my finger in them. It's not like you do 1 or 2 little swirls and then you get this crazy color. It's definitely not like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start applying them so that you could see what they look like. And of course, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about them. All right, so I'm gonna go into that shimmer. Now, the first thing I noticed about these, and look how pretty, is that they do have a lot of crazy glitter. I thought I was gonna have like a crazy amount of, you know, fallout with the glitter, but you know what? Surprisingly enough, I did not have all this crazy fallout. Usually I'll put like an eyeshadow on the back of my hand, walk around with it, put it on my eyes, put it everywhere to see if that glitter disappears, because sometimes that does happen. but that glitter stayed on the entire time. And it didn't have fallout like I was saying. And as I walked around, I actually had a couple of people, I had little girls say, I like the glitter on your eyes, it's very sparkly. In the sun while I was driving, I was looking at my eyes and it just has this beautiful sparkle and it was just kind of twinkling. And I know that sounds crazy, but it really did. So they are definitely beautiful. Now, another thing that I found with these is that when I try applying them with my brush, I know it says you could use it with your brush, I didn't feel like I got enough payoff with the glitter. I felt like it was kind of flickering off and I was getting more of the color instead of the actual glitter. So I feel like these are best put on with your fingers because then you could pack that. There's really no need for like a glitter glue. In my opinion, I do have oily skin, so my eyelids are oily. I don't know if that has something to do with this. If you're having a different experience, please let me know. But I found that it just really stuck. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into this flicker color, the one that's kind of broken here. And they're so creamy and so blendable. And they just layer nicely on top of each other. And of course, they work really well when you apply them on other, like I had a brown another day and then I kind of layer that color on there and it was beautiful. So they mesh really well with other colors. So I just kind of wear these soft, like I don't wear a lot of, you know, eyeshadow and stuff like that. So this is a perfect palette for me because it's soft. It is buildable. I do have to say, when you're applying that color right away, you're not going to see all this crazy pigment. But as you keep layering the colors, then you see a really nice payoff. So I was actually surprised by this palette. But look how pretty that is. Pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Beam, which is this purpley color right here. And I'm going to apply that in the middle. Now I applied all those other colors right on top of each other. The first one, which is Reflection, I kind of applied it everywhere. So now I'm going to get this color, Beam, and I'm just going to pack it in the middle. So 3 colors just kind of shimmering through. Now, another thing that I found that when I applied it with my brush, I kind of wet it a little bit, and then, you know, it tends to work a lot better when you do the brush, when you use the brush. Or I'm going to go into Prizm and I'm going to apply that underneath my lash line, because when I applied it by itself without the brush being wet, I felt like that did kind of fade a little bit throughout the day. But when you wet it, oh my God, it's like crazy. So we're just gonna do a really, you know, simple look today with shiny eyes. That's what that looks like. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into, let's see, we did Beam, we did Flicker, we didn't do a Flame. And I'm just going to pack that on top of that, just to give it a little bit more color. Just have that golden look up there. And that's it. So I used pretty much 5 of these colors. As you could see, they're just gonna be really nice and subtle, but you can have like a ton of like shinies on your eyeballs, especially when you're outside. They do flicker, they're beautiful. There's not a ton of fallout at all. Like I mentioned, if you go in there with your brush and kind of go back and forth, there is going to be a little bit of fallout with the brush application with me anyway, but when I applied it with my finger, I had no fallout whatsoever, which is funny because normally, you know, there's always a fallout of some kind when there's glitter involved. But you know, I really like this palette. I think it's beautiful. I do think it's a little bit on the pricey side. Let's see, I believe this is, this palette is $45. So I do think it's a little bit pricey considering you only have a couple, you know, 6 shades in there, but the palette is really nice and sturdy, and you know, if you love glitter like I do, then you won't mind. Anyway, that's my quick review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you are new. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that little bell so that you could, know when I'm putting up a video. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for my next video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up too. Bye.